Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. We're so excited to have you again. 300 plus students that were abducted in Katsina have finally been released, and that's not the story now. But there is a lot going on because Nigerians have been talking about this issue so much, and the governor of Katsina had opened up that the people that actually facilitated the release of these abducted children are actually Miyetti and some other person which he did mention. But shockingly, Miyetti has come up to say something so different. But first of all, let's just look at what the governor of Katsina had to say. That's the governor of Katsina, Aminu Masari. What he said, actually he had confirmed that the leadership of Makban as Miyetti facilitated the release of the schoolboys and that no ransom was paid before the boys were released. In his word, let me read exactly what he said. He said, "We did not pay ransom to the kidnappers. It was purely negotiation." He went further to say, he said, 1 hour Nigerian soldier and government officials that were involved in the negotiation for the release of the abducted schoolboys have told us that the whole school children have been released, 344 of them. Those involved in the negotiation include my advisor, that's the Katsina state governor is now talking. He said, my advisor, some top military and police operatives, members of Miyetti were all involved in the negotiation. That's what he had to tell Nigerians. And he also went further to affirm that it wasn't the Boko boys that did it, and it was actually some bandits that were behind it. But shockingly, Miyetti has come up, and that's why Nigerians have started talking, and they have come up to clear the air on their involvement in the negotiation for the release of the abducted boys, students. And according to the news, Miyetti Cattle Breeder Association, Makban, had denied they negotiated the release of students of government science secondary school Katsina State. The governor of Katsina State, Aminu Bello Masari, had said that the state government contacted Miyetti to enter into discussion with bandits in a bid to secure the release of over 330 students abducted from the school. However, Miyetti had opened up about it, and the Daily Sun reports that the National Secretary of Miyetti Cattle Breeder Association, Baba Okman, had made it clear such was not the case. According to the spokesman, and I quote is what he said, unless the governor was discussing with other people, but definitely not with the national leadership. In the same vein also, the national president of Miyetti Bello Abdullahi Bodejo also insisted nobody contacted them or discussed with them over the same matter. Bodejo said, we don't know the bandits and we don't want to know them and we don't have anything to do with them. No member of Miyetti even at local level, know the bandits. The schoolboys were released on Thursday and met with the president and blah, 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 other things like that. And, you know, this is quite a serious indictment because I keep wondering, why should Miyetti have the power of negotiation to that level? You know, like the United States and also UN had said that the people who were involved in this act, they need to be brought to justice. They need to face the law because the act of abduction of especially students like that is totally wrong, you know, and it is expected that the government should do something about it. I feel at that point, Miyetti had to shift and, you know, leave the scenario because people are just wondering, Miyetti involved, some top security officers involved. What's all of this about? You know, it's really shocking. What's all of this about? That they, according to this person, according to the governor of Katsina, he said we talk to them and they respond to us. What's going on? Nigerian, is it that some of the stories we've heard thus far is actually true? You know, because I believe that these guys should be enemies of the state. A mere call to them cannot really, it cannot, breed result like that, because I believe that they had purpose of abducting those people. So if you guys can talk to them and they release the student that they took hostage, then the issue of banditry is in your hand. The issue of banditry, insurgency, and kidnapping is in your hands. You guys can actually solve it. You people know the people that are involved in this thing. Why not see how this thing can be totally eradicated? That is the issue here. And I think that's why this guy have to absorb themselves immediately. I say, we don't know any bandito. We don't do any negotiation with bandito. The secretary actually said that maybe at the local level. But Bodejo, who is the national chairman of Miyetti Allah, came out clearly to open up that, number one, we have nothing to do with these people. Even to our local level, we have nothing to do with these people. Now, what's Nigeria? What are Nigerians saying? Some people believe that if these guys can talk to the bandits and they release this number of students without anyone remaining, it clearly shows that there is a relationship. Some people believe that the relationship may be mutual between the Miyetti Allah guys and the bandits. Maybe they may be working hand in hand. So which means anytime there is an issue of abduction in the north, Miyetti Allah should be contacted. Possibly they know those who are behind this act. Now the question is, why can't these people who are behind this act be brought to book? The second thing that wells up in the minds of Nigerians is there some relationship, some mutual relationship between the two? You understand? Because if I call you, there must be something that they may have said to those guys, that will cause those guys to say, okay, we can let go of the people. What's going on? These are some of the shocking questions that most people have been asking. What's really going on? Now, Miyetti Allah are saying we don't know anything, or we have no interest. Now, and shockingly, the Katsina state governor, Aminu, and even the Zamfara state said they don't always pay a dime whenever people are adopted, that they just talk to the bandits. Then something is wrong somewhere. From all indication, is like there had been an agreement to some extent, which means maybe they may be in the payroll of the state. Yes. I mean, these are assumptions, but I just feel that at this point, this kind of statement should not come out to the public glare, that we negotiate with them and they release the people. Haba. What kind of negotiation will take place? As far as we are concerned, whenever these guys, people are being abducted like this, they do it with a purpose of a financial benefit. They do it because they intend to get financial benefit, from this activity. So if you say we negotiate, what kind of negotiation? Tell Nigerians the words that you have been saying that touches their mind so easily. So possibly everyone can be using that with all the kidnapping activities in the country. We can talk and sway their minds and get people released. Because, hey, how much of ex-party is involved in this, that you can just talk to bandits like that? You don't have a relationship with them. You don't have anything to do with them. And at the snap of the finger, they just release people. It's something worth considering. I tell you the whole truth. And I believe that with the Miyetti Allah coming out to open up that